Hello and welcome to the FM Championship Goal Show. Let's have a look at the League 2 results, and there was a standout fixture with Bristol City winning 3-2 against Stoke City and Nottingham Forest winning 4-2 against Cardiff City. Now let's have a look at the league table. Derby County are top of the league with 10 points and Preston are on their tails with 9 points. Birmingham City and Rotherham will be looking to pick up their first wins in this season. The first game is Bournemouth against Norwich City, and it was this penalty kick on the 18th minute by Jack Wilshere which allowed Bournemouth to take the lead 1-0. Bournemouth's second goal came from this soaking run from Brooks from his own half, beating 2 free players, and then this strike from inside the box, beating the goalkeeper. Norwich City's first goal came in the second half, and it was this free kick played into Pukki, but it was Deku who managed to put the ball home. Norwich's second goal came later on, and it was Cantwell who was involved with this solo run, managing to beat a couple of players and this fabulous strike from outside the box. The second game saw Norwich City win 2-0, and Cantwell was involved again, grabbing an assist, and it was Pukki who managed to put the ball into the top corner. Norwich City finished the game in the first half, and it was Cantwell involved, and he played the ball through to Bendia with this thunderous strike from outside the box, 2-0 Norwich. Our next game is Barnsley against Coventry City, and it was this free kick in the 43rd minute which allowed them to take the lead. Their second goal came a little bit later on in the second half, and it was this ball that was played through, laid off by Dembele and Silva with the finish. The third goal came later on, and it was Mort who was involved again, and it was this lovely thread ball from Dembele which allowed Silva to pass the ball home. The second game saw both teams draw 1 each, and it was Barnsley who took the lead through this headed goal from inside the box. Coventry managed to save the game in the 92nd minute, and it was this flipped in ball, and Hume who put the ball home, securing a point for Coventry. Our next game was Birmingham City against Rotherham, and this game was really a nothing game. Rotherham were on the attack here, but it broke down, and Birmingham City broke into their half with some lovely build-up play from the back. Then the ball was played by Jones, threaded through into the striker, and the chance went begging for them. 0-0. The next game saw Rotherham pick up their first win of the season 2-1, and Matt Walker was involved with a slow cross played into Sergio Mota, who put the ball away nicely from inside the box. The second goal came from the same man. He had a shot from outside the box blocked, but he picked up on the loose ball and managed to get another chance with it, putting it into that bottom left hand corner. Birmingham City went down and out, and in the 75th minute they managed to grab one goal back, and it was Jones who played the ball across and blasted home by Birmingham City striker. Next game was Bristol City against Sheffield Wednesday. This game was a 3-3 draw, but Bristol City could consider themselves unlucky considering the amount of opportunities they created compared to Sheffield Wednesday's frees. The next game saw the same result, a 3-3 draw between both teams, but Sheffield Wednesday had more opportunities in this game compared to Bristol City with the same shots on target. It was Josh Windass with the 95th minute equaliser which secured the points for them. Cardiff City against Reading, and it was this long ball played into the box, and it was Cunningham who played another ball cross into Donnarumma, who scored it home from a couple of yards out. Cardiff's second goal came from this throw-in, and it was Benkovic who picked the ball up, and the third goal came from this penalty, securing all 3 points. The next game saw Cardiff win 1-0, and it was another long forward routine and another lap put the ball home without the goalkeeper. Derby County against Blackburn Rovers, and Blackburn Rovers manager will be happy picking up the win in his first game in charge, and it was a long ball played through to Armstrong, who managed to beat the goalkeeper with his post in the finish. The second goal came soon after, but first of all it was Derby County with this ball played through, and it was saved by the defender, and Balotelli was able to pick up an loose ball and put the ball home. Blackburn Rovers won this game in the dying embers of the game, and it was Elliott that threaded the ball through to Lewis Holby, who managed to pick up all 3 points for Blackburn Rovers. The next game saw a 1-1 draw between both sides, and it was this cross that was played into the box by Forsyth that allowed the striker to get the shot away. 1-0 to Derby. Blackburn's goal came later on in this game, and it was the 61st minute, and it was this ball threaded through to Sarati to get the ball home from close range. The next game is Huddersfield Town against Nottingham Forest, and Nottingham Forest took the lead, and it was Graben who managed to grab another goal this season. Huddersfield's first goal came on the 64th minute, and it was this corner routine, and it was ended by Ward with this fantastic finish into the right hand side of the goal. Nottingham Forest won the game in the 81st minute, and it was this long ball that was played through, and no other than Graben getting another goal this season. The second game saw Huddersfield win 3-0, and it was to put the ball home in the 20th minute to allow them to get the lead. The second goal came with this free kick, and it was Bakuna who caught the goalkeeper off guard, making it 2-0 for Huddersfield. The third goal came from another one of these Huddersfield corner routines, but there was a bit of a mix up in the box, but Schneider was able to pick up on the loose ball. The next game is Millwall against Brentford, and it was Millwall who took the lead for this goal from Jed Wallace. You could have said there was a penalty in there, but Millwall wouldn't mind. The second goal came soon after, and it was this throw-in, and Romeo ended up crossing the ball line, and it was a header by Bennett who put it into that bottom corner. Brentford came back into the game, and it was this ball that was played through to Ivan Toney, and Ivan Toney put it across the box, and it was Pedros who was able to finish it off. The second goal came from a Neil Smith throw with this cross into the box, and it was De Silva who managed to put the ball home. The second game saw Brentford run out 3-2 victors, but it was Millwall who had the first say in this game, and Parrott with another goal against this opposition, but say some poor goalkeeping from Raya there. Brentford's first goal came from its free kick, and it was Janssen with the finish, 1-1. The second goal came from a control spot, and it was Ivan Toney again. Later on in this game, we think that Brentford saved the victory, and it was a Neil Smith throw who played this cross in, and then Toney with his second of the game. Millwall continued to press, and this lovely through ball from Parrott meant that Mahoney could finish it off 3-2 to Brentford. The next game is Preston North End against Stoke City, and Preston will be happy as this is an opportunity to get top of the league, and it was Ponce who pounced on the opportunity and put the ball home for 1-0 to Preston. The second goal came from a free kick, and it was Carroll who managed to put the ball into that bottom right hand corner. Stoke's first goal came from this through ball that was played to Campbell, who was able to slot the ball home from close range on the 12th minute. Preston's first came on the 31st 74th minute, and it was a solo run from Sinclair beating 2 free players, and it was a save by the goalkeeper but was able to be tapped in by Jack Clark. Stoke City continued to press, and they managed to get this second goal just after half time, and it was an own goal from Brown. Preston's fourth came from this cross that was played in from Clark, and it was Ponce who was able to get his second of the game. The second game saw Preston win 4-0, and it started off with this Carroll free kick from the edge of the area. The second goal came in the 77th minute, and it was Lee Moult with a strike from outside the box beating the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper could have done a lot better there. The third goal came later on the 89th minute, and it was this ball that was played over the top to Sinclair. He linked up with Moult to score his first of the game. And Stoke were pressing, but it was Preston on the counter-attack here, and Sinclair managed to blast the ball home to make it 4-0 to Preston. The next game is Queen's Park Rangers against Middlesbrough, and it was this corner kick that was headed in by Fry in the first 40 seconds, allowed them to take the lead. Middlesbrough's second came soon after with Assombalonga hitting the ball off the post and Jed Steer turning the ball into his own net. QPR's first this game came from some confusion inside his box by the Middlesbrough defence, and it was Amos who was able to put the ball home from inside the box. Middlesbrough's third came from this lovely threaded through ball from Patrick Roberts, which allowed the striker to put the ball home from close range. Their next goal came later on the 30th minute, and it was some poor play by the QPR defence which allowed Assombalonga with the finish. Shortly after, on the 37th minute, there was a Colin who hit this strike, but he managed to capitalise on the rebound. Middlesbrough's final goal of this half came from Patrick Roberts with this ferocious strike into the top corner. Queen's Park Rangers started the second half a lot better than what they did the first half, and it was this long ball played through to London Dykes, but it was not enough for QPR. Middlesbrough picked up all the points, and it was Quinteros who was the man of the match with his 10 out of 10 performance. He managed to get the opener, and then he caught his second shortly after on the 10th minute. He completed his hat-trick on the 14th minute. That must be one of the quickest, and it was this ball beating the goalkeeper at his front post. He was involved in the play again, but it was this through ball that allowed Patrick Roberts to put the ball home. Middlesbrough continued to extend their lead, and Quinteros was involved once again, and it was Patrick Roberts as well grabbing his second of the game. And they finished off with some poor play again by the QPR defence, and Assombalonga could put the ball home into that bottom left hand corner. The next game is Watford against Luton, and it finished 1-1, and after a little bit of confusion from the Luton defence, Sarr was able to put the ball home from inside the box. Luton's goal came on the 71st minute, and it was this long ball played forward to Doumbia with some link-up play with Clark, which allowed him to strike from outside the box. In the second game, it saw Watford run out 4-0 victors, and their first goal came on the 2nd minute, and it was this ball that was played across the box, and Deeney was able to capitalise and get in front of the goalkeeper. Watford's second came later on in the second half, and it was on the 69th minute, and Sarr was involved once again against this opponent, slotting it home in that bottom left hand corner. Their third goal came later on the 87th minute, and Kugler was involved again, and he played the ball through to Murray, who was able to strike the ball into the back of the net. The fourth goal came on the 92nd minute, and it was this header out by Lockyer which allowed Hughes to play the ball through to Sarr, but you could question what the goalkeeper was doing there. 1-0 Watford. The next game is Wycombe Wanderers against Swansea City, and Wycombe Wanderers manager will be happy picking up a point in his first game in charge, and it was this finish from Mattox, chip the goalkeeper from the 6-yard line. Swansea got themselves into the game in the 53rd minute, and it was some confusion again inside the box, and it was Nagini who put the ball home to make it 1 each. Swansea took the lead on the 69th minute, and it was some bad defending here from Jacobson which allowed Atsu to put the ball into the back of the net. Wycombe's second goal came later on the 79th minute, and it was this cross that was played into the box for Wheeler, who was able to put the ball home from close range. The next game saw Wycombe win 5-3, and Horgan hit a strike from outside the box. What a superb finish that was to take the lead for Wycombe. And even better, this solo run from McGinney, probably about 60-70 yards, and he put the ball home, beating the goalkeeper at the near post. Wycombe ended up taking the lead again, and it was through ball by Thompson which allowed Wheeler to sort the ball home. And they ended up getting a penalty, and it was Jacobson who slotted it home to extend their lead. And it ended up 4-1 to Wycombe, and it was Thompson who grabbed one himself. Swansea had a man sent off, but that did not stop him, and it was a score cross that was played into Andre Ayew, who was able to beat the goalkeeper from close range. And they continued to press, even though a man down, they ended up grabbing the fifth goal of the game, and it was through Axel with this wonderful strike from just inside the area. And Wycombe managed to seal all 3 points with this finish, and it's questionable here, could have been a free kick, but we are played on. It was a great advantage from the referee. Let's have a look at game week 3 and all the results from all the games. And Middlesbrough, you could say, were very successful this week, grabbing 6 goals in both games. Wycombe as well, grabbing 5 against Swansea in that second game, and 2 eventful draws between Bristol City and Sheffield Wednesday. Preston will be happy that Derby County managed to slip up, but Blackburn Rovers manager will be happy picking up his first points in charge. Let's look at the league table, and Preston are top of the league with 15 points, followed by Middlesbrough, Cardiff and Forest, who are only 3 points behind them. At the bottom of the league is Birmingham City, looking to pick up their first wins, and Reading and Stoke falling into that relegation zone. Rotherham managed to pull themselves out of there, grabbing their first win of the season, which our manager will be happy about. Norwich City and Bournemouth, 2 title favourites, which are on 7 points, 8 points off the top of the league, but there's plenty of games to go. And Swansea City, Bristol City and Watford break into those playoffs positions just outside them at the moment on 10 and 9 points respectively. Thank you for watching the FM Championship Full Show. I hope you enjoyed this week, and let's see you next week for all the goals from game week 4.